All right, guys, I wanted to show y'all how I've been rigging up these lizards and worms for bass fishing. It's a Texas rig, I believe. First, you get your line and you get your bullet weight. I believe this is a 3/16 ounce. And go ahead and feed that line through there, just like that. Get your weight out of the way. Take your offset shank worm hook. This is a 4/0, I believe, and I like the red. I think it gives it a kind of a blood look. I don't know, it just seems like I get more hits off of it. So you're gonna take it and put it on there, double your line over like that, make a loop with it. Make a pretty good size loop. Leave a little bit of tag in the room to work. Go ahead and spin your hook. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Spin it 7 times. You can count the little loops on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go one more. 7. It don't matter. 7, 8, 9, somewhere around there. I usually try to get it right at 7. You're going to take your tag in and run it back through the loop down here by your eye of your hook. Just like this. If you take that little loop that you made, pinch it kind of with your fingers, you can run this tag in back up through it. Just like that. And I'm going to feed it right back through the big loop now that I've created. So you got to give yourself enough room to work with. Push it back through that big loop and then snug it down like this. You want to get that thing wet too, or it'll burn it. So make sure it's wet. If you pull it too soon, you'll go ahead and burn it, and it'll be real thin, and then you'll break on you whenever you set a big old personal best. All right, and pull it down. I like to take my fingernail and slide that knot down to the hook, and then give it just one more tug. A little bit of a tug there. Can you see that? A little bit of a tug. All right, just like that. And now I'm gonna clip off that excess. This is how I do it, y'all. There's different knots that you can use. So you can also put a bead on there above it. Sometimes I'll run it, not a whole lot. But they say sometimes a bead will protect that knot, I think, is why. But I usually don't run a bead, but you can get a bead and put it on there if you think it works or not. Sometimes I believe it does, but I just don't run it. The way I'm gonna hook this lizard is I'm gonna face it toward the hook like this, and then run it through and out the bottom of its mouth. So let's do this. Be careful not to stick yourself. Right up to that curve, pull it out the bottom, just like that. I kind of got it out the side, but it'll be all right. Run it on up. Push it on up over that knot and the eye of the hook. All right, so just like that. And then you want to turn it. So this is what it should look like. I'm gonna imagine that hook coming out the back side, and I'm gonna put my thumb to where I wanna insert that hook through its belly, lower belly, all the way out its back. Push it all the way through, right through the center of it. Just like that. Now, it's still not weedless until you pull this lizard back and stick it back in there, just like that. Just like that. You want it to kind of lay flat like that. You don't want it all, dipping and everything. You want it to be flat. So now it is weedless. So you're gonna throw that thing and it's gonna hit the bottom, just like that. And you're gonna pull it over the top of brush and limbs, and it's going to keep you from getting hooked. Now, one thing to keep in mind is whenever that bass come up and sucks it in and inhales it, you've got to yank on that sucker to set that hook. To make it weedless, you pull back on it, push it in just a little bit like that. See, now I've got it too much stuff. You can fish with it some like that and it'll catch some, but presentation makes a big difference, y'all. Just like that. See, it's flat. And so whenever that thing's riding on the bottom, if the fish are hitting pretty active and they're just smoking everything, sometimes you can bounce it hard on the bottom If they're kind of finicky, downsize your lure, downsize your hook. You can go to a 3/0 or 4/0 and stuff. I wouldn't fish with a 5 if they're kind of finicky. But if they're smoking everything, you can go to a bigger one. This is, I believe, is a 6-inch, maybe a 5-inch lizard. Sometimes I'll fish with a 8.5 inch or even on up to 10 or 12 inch or something like that. But if they're real finicky, just downsize everything. But if y'all have a tendency to get hooked on a lot of things, try this out. I think you'll get a lot of hits and stuff. Just remember, set that hook. Be careful if there's people around you, because a lot of times that bass will spit it out and it'll come flying. But have a good day, and I hope this helps you. If you do it differently, leave a comment down below how you do it. This is how I do it. Iron sharpens iron, and we're learning a lot of things as we go, and I hope this helps y'all. Have a good day. Hey everyone, I want to thank y'all for watching this clip. In the video, I mentioned how the red hook kind of resembles blood, and I believe that fish sees that, and I personally believe that anyway, and it does help getting strikes and such. But on a spiritual note, thinking about blood, and it's getting closer to Easter, the book of Exodus chapter 12 verse 13 says, "And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are, and when I see the blood I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt." God's judgment was coming down, but those that applied the blood of the lamb to the doorpost of the house were exempt from that judgment. And so it is today. If you've applied the blood of Jesus to the doorpost of your heart, then you will also escape the judgment that's coming. And I just want to encourage y'all to place your faith in Jesus Christ and his atoning sacrifice, and allow that blood to be applied to the doorpost of your heart. Hey, if you like this video, share it, comment, like, and subscribe, and have a blessed day. Good and right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.